Hey, good evening, my listeners. This is Ronnie Jacobs. You're listening to DVD FM. Well, I'm going to be talking about a lot of things. It's a brand new show, and I've got about 15 to 20 minutes. So I'm going to have to make this 15 to 20 minutes really beautiful. Basically, what it is you call in, and I'll bring a subject, and I'll talk about that subject, and then you call in and tell me how it affects you. I know that we all fall in love. You know, I've been in love before. We all have been in love before. But what is really going on now is people just fall in love and their hearts get broken. And then we now come back and blame the guys. You know, we are always nasty. We are always getting the blame of everything that goes on. But you know what? The girls never get the blame. Then people always say, oh, you lead the girl on for too long and then you left her. So the number is 052-882252. You call me in, or you can send me a text and send me a call and tell me about something that's happened to you. And then let's find out who is to blame. So what? We're going to name this show, or this particular subject, who is to blame. So I think personally that you can't really put your finger on who to blame, because sometimes the girls, they mess up. Sometimes, most of the time, the guys mess up. Come on, guys. I know how it is in Benin, where, you know, there's a lot of girls in Benin at the moment, and we guys, we get tempted, and then it becomes difficult to actually stay faithful. But we seem to believe that the girls are always the one at fault. So I said, give me a call on 052-882252, and I want to provoke you guys out there. And I want you to call me, because if the girls start calling and they start blaming us, and you guys don't call to support us, it's going to be a very detrimental thing. Okay, I got my first call on the line. Hello, how are you?
Hey, I'm Baby.
Hey, baby, darling, how you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Oh, you see, your voice is the issue that we have, you know. You sound so nice, and now I'm getting tempted already, you know. We've lost sight of the show. But anyway, how can I help you, darling?
Well, I'm calling in to talk about, I think I have an opinion concerning what you're talking about.
Okay.
I basically think that most of the time guys are to blame in issues like this, because the major decisions when it comes to relationship and marriage is the guy that make the basic decisions.
Okay.
Decisions.
Mm-hmm.
So, and basically that's what I think, that if in a relationship it's the guy that dictates how far it will go.
I'm listening. Thank you. I think what you're trying to say, if I'm correct, is basically, thanks for calling, actually. You know, I know we've got all the callers queuing up, but please just hold on a sec. Well, I'm just trying to analyze this information I just had. The guys out there, she just said that she believes that it's the men that actually cannot make up their mind what they want, you know, and then that's why things go on and on. But, you know, that's her opinion. I may not agree to her opinion, but, you know, it's not for me to say. Okay, I got another caller on the line, but just before we take more calls, I just want to remind you callers out there, we're actually talking about relationships. We're talking about long relationships where this boy and this girl, and they date for a long time, and eventually the relationship now breaks up, and we end up blaming somebody. Now, who is to blame, and what do you really think is the reason for this long-term relationship not working out? Because I think that we do have enough time to study each other and then try and work things out. But I may be wrong. So I got BB on the line just now, who just spoke. And I got my next caller on the line. Hello, caller. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Yeah, go ahead. How can I help you?
Well, I think the problem comes from the both sides,
Okay.
girls and the guys.
Go ahead.
You know, in a relationship, I feel if there's good communication between the both of them, they understand what they need from themselves.
Okay.
And you know, so most of the time it's communication problem, and most girls, they don't communicate properly. They don't want to know the head way of where they're going to. You know?
Right.
I feel if they communicate better, they will get to know. And also guys, there are some guys that just lead girls on, sweet talk them, and just lead them on. You know.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, they give you nothing. They just break the girl's heart, and you know. And I feel if girls are brilliant, and you know, they know what they want, they will communicate. If they communicate properly, they will be able to get these things out of the guys.
Okay.
Anyway,
let me get you right. Are you trying to say to me that if the communication is, if the relationship has a good communication, that long relationships are not going to break up, or they're going to last longer? What are you saying, please?
I feel if there is good communication, they will get to understand themselves better.
Okay.
Be able to communicate their differences when they have problems between the both of them, and they should be able to. I feel grown-ups should be able to communicate exactly what they want from themselves.
Okay, and you know what? You were saying something like a textbook thing. You know, this is a relationship. I agree with you that communication is very important in a relationship. And thank you very much for calling, and thank you even for holding on. But just stay with me for 1 second, because I want to really pick your brain now. You see, because you sound like an intelligent person. Now, if I'm a good communicator as a guy, and my girlfriend communicates things to me, and we talk about things, I'm not going to tell my girlfriend that, listen, I don't like you anymore. I don't love you anymore. We've gone out for like 9 years, and you spent half your life with me. And because I can communicate with you, I'm going to say, okay, I don't want to go out with you anymore. I've got a 23-year-old girl I want to go out with. Now, how am I going to communicate that to you?
At the end of the day, the thing is, at the end of the day, I'll still get to know that you're going to just say it. Anyway, you're going to say it. As in, we're grown-ups.
Come on, guys. Where are all the guys out there? I want you to call and respond to this lady, because she's really talking some good sense. She's making a very good point about communication in relationships, and I want some guys to just help me out here. If you've been going out with somebody for a long time, hey, please, let me let you go now, please. So thank you so much for calling, okay?
You're welcome.
All right. Now, as I was saying, if you've been going out with somebody for a long time, and you need to communicate to them that you are kind of tired of that relationship, how do we communicate that? So, I think we're going somewhere now. So I've got Peter on the line. Peter, if you just hold on for a second. We're just going to get some music, and so I can catch a little bit of break. I'll see you in about a minute.
I'm ready, baby.
We're just listening to Barry White, Practice What You Preach. I think we men and we guys, we need to be very straight with our ladies and practice exactly what we preach to them, rather than leading them on for so long and then, dumping them. Well, I'm going to go back to Peter. This is Ronnie Jacobs on DVD FM.
Is that Peter there?
Yeah.
Go on, Peter.
Yeah, what I understand, what I want to say in essence is this: we just need to define the sort of relationship we are into.
Okay.
Because when you say relationship, what kind of relationship? It's just friendship relationship, or real love relationship, or marriage relationship.
Right.
Okay. These are issues we have to underline. Because when you say friendship relationship, depends on the type of communication you have in that respect. When I say a love relationship, there is another type of relation, is another kind of communication line.
Okay.
And when I say marriage relationship, you now say on that line of communication. So when you are saying relationship, is it platonic relationship? Now, if you say just a platonic relationship, okay, just of termination is not defined. And even in a real love relationship, is not defined, but you can just bust the relationship at any point in time when it's just platonic. But when it's a real love relationship, now infatuation has transferred to love.
So can I just stop you for a minute? Because I think you're getting very excited, which is good. But going back again to the topic that we said, I know Bibi made a good point about communication, and we're trying to also understand how come a boy and a girl can go out for a long time as boyfriend and girlfriends, and after years they break up, and the girl now realizes that the guy ultimately never had the intention of marrying her. Why is it taking the girl so long to realize that this guy doesn't want to marry her if they've been going out for so long? And that is what I really want to get to the bottom of.
There's an issue here.
Right.
What you should understand is this: not all relationship that gets to marriage. So behind your mind, you shouldn't have. It must end a marriage relationship.
Okay.
So if you're in a relationship, it's just because it could be for a purpose.
Right.
Maybe you need some companion, you need somebody to always relate with, somebody to share your problem with.
Yeah.
You need somebody to assist you with.
Yeah.
So that's the reason we come to relationship, because it said in relationship you are meant to inconvenience yourself at that point in time.
Okay.
So if I'm in a relationship with you, it doesn't mean I really want to marry you.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Because when you mean relationship, I don't know if it relates to sex, love making, and the rest of them. But ideally, it's just you need somebody by you, somebody you can confide in, somebody you can share a problem with at that point in time.
So at the end of the day, who is to blame?
It depends on the situation, because when you meet the way there's a problem that is no longer compatible, you break up.
After years, come on, man. Let's be honest. Listen, assume you're a girl. Come on, you dated me. I'm like 22 years old. You dated me for like 7 years, and I'm now what 7 years plus 22. That's 29. I'm now 29 years old. My marriage clock is overclicked. The alarm is gone. I'm now ready. It's going to be a difficult thing for me. And you're now telling me that now you're 35 or 34, after dating me for 7 years and leading me on, you're telling me now that you're no longer interested. And you're telling me it's not a big deal?
Oh, what? Really? You see one thing, in the beginning, I will always tell people, whatever you say now, we use it as evidence against you.
Listen, mate. Listen, thank you very much for calling. I really appreciate your call. I will have some callers out there to call and respond to what John has just said. John?
You're welcome.
Viewers out there or listeners out there, you can call us on 052-882252 and respond to what John has just said. All right, thank you. Let's hear some music.
Baby, don't you understand? I wanna be an estimate.
Now we got a new caller on the line. We got, what's your name, please?
My name is Angela.
Hey, we got Angela on the line. Angela, just speak louder, please. Now, the question is, would you be in a relationship for up to 10 years and your guy would leave you and then tell you he finds you no longer interested, but he was not sure, was indecisive? What would you do?
Well, for me, I don't really know about anything about long relationship, but I would say all relationship doesn't end marriage or anything like that. For relationship, I don't really know much about it.
Okay, I mean, you've called in, and I really want to ask you this question. Yeah. You know, just imagine that I'm your boyfriend. I met you, you were 21 years old, and now you are like 29. And I've dated you for, 8-9 years? And then now I think that, okay, you know, I'm ready to get married now, or I'm still not ready, but you are already. And now I'm saying to you, darling, I'm sorry, I'm not sure if I really want to go on with this relationship. I'm quite indecisive at the moment. I'm not quite sure if I'm still prepared to go ahead with this relationship or get married. Let's see how it goes. Now, what would you do?
Well, for me, it's like dating somebody for a long time and being settled down with that person looks somehow. I would feel so bad and I would not be very happy, except if I really love with that person. So I really want to settle down with that guy and he's trying to say he's not yet ready. Well, I just have to settle down because my age is not getting close, because they say age is no number. So, and two, woman is not getting younger. So I just have to settle down because I can't wait for him anymore.
When you say settle down, you mean you're going to have to leave him and then start all over again?
Yeah, I have to leave him and start all over again.
Now, who's to blame? That's the whole issue now. Who is to blame?
It's the guy, not the lady.
Why? Why the guy?
Because, as in, when you're dating somebody for almost 7 years, 8 years, so for me, I felt the guy I don't know, but he doesn't really want to settle down with the girl. So I guess we just pack up the relationship and start another relationship again.
Well, why would it take you 7 years to realize that the guy is not ready?
Because you really love the guy and you really want the guy to settle down with you. So you don't really think about the years. You just want the guy because you love him. So that's why you just feel maybe between that 6-7 years he will propose to you and you didn't just feel of, as in the guy doesn't even want to say something like that. So you just have to ask him, and if he said he's not ready, so you just.
Well, let me put it to you, okay? I think you're trying to beat around the bush here. You're trying to be nice, yeah? And I'm sorry I can't be nice with you. I need to be very straight. I mean, you've got to be absolutely off your head to be with a guy for like 7 years, and all this time you ain't got a clue whether the guy is serious about you or whether he's not serious. You know, it's like you're just waiting there, and because you don't have an option, so you're using that excuse to hold on to this guy, and then you're trying to force marriage into this guy. You know, because if you were not forcing marriage to this guy, you'd have left 2 years ago. Why wait 7 years? That means the guy must have given you signs that he's not interested, but you girls would just not give up.
Well, I would say sometimes relationship is like when you are really, I don't know, when you are really in love with that person, you don't even think about it.
You know what? I'm sorry. This is my airtime, and I think you're talking as if you're not really. You know, I've got to take my next caller. Thank you very much.
Goodbye.